And welcome to EDUA 558 Financial Resources for the summer 2019 term. This is the course overview. I'm starting on the landing page, which is the announcement page, and then I'm navigating over to the left to start with introductions. You'll find a link to this video here in just a few minutes. My name is Dr. Denise M. Estrella, and you can reach me at area code 831-238-2768 or by email denise.estrella@cui.edu. I pronounce my name Estrella. It rhymes with umbrella, but I prefer that you call me Denise. You're welcome to call me Dr. Estrella if you wish, but it's not necessary. You can learn a little bit about me by reading through this page, a little bit about my educational background and my professional experience. I was asked to teach this course at the last minute. I'm delighted to do so. Just so you know, I have been an educator for 21 years and a school administrator for 14. So I have a lot of experience with finances and budgeting, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you over the next 8 weeks. So let's navigate now to the syllabus and the post for our textbook. To access the course syllabus, you simply click on the provided link, and then you can view it by scrolling down. All the information you need to know is essentially included in the course shell, but for example, if you wanted to find the grading scale or maybe some more details about the learning outcomes, you could do so by navigating on the links. These are hyperlinks located within the document. So that's our syllabus. We'll be discussing the contents as we go through the course shell. I also wanted to point out our class textbooks. The title of the text is School Finance, and you can access it either through a virtual book service or you can buy the print. I also strongly encourage you, if you haven't already purchased the publication manual of the APA. I use the manual really often, even since I finished my degree programs. There are adequate resources online, for example, Purdue OWL or the APA resources link in our course. But it is really nice to have the actual reference, and so if you haven't purchased it, you might think about doing so. There's also a handy guide, a spiral bound version of it. I keep the full one in my home office, and I keep the user's guide in my bag or in my my work office for reference. So if you're the kind of person who really likes to touch and use your resources rather than seek them online, those are two really good options for you. All right, we have an announcements page, which is where we started. As you can see, I've already posted a couple of announcements. The first one is about online meeting best practices, just in case you haven't participated in an online meeting, particularly for Concordia before. You want to restart your computer before starting a session. This just helps prevent any little quirks from programs that might be already running. Join the session 5 minutes before the scheduled beginning time. Conduct yourself professionally at all times. This is a big one. Please mute your microphone except for when you're addressing the group. That helps make it easier for everyone to hear. Limit your messaging and chats to on-topic discussions only. I have to say professors are probably the worst at that. And please participate until the end of the session because we verify attendance then so that it minimizes distractions during the session. If you've never entered a virtual class meeting before, here are the directions. I'll let you read them for yourself, but we will be utilizing this in our first week. I'll go ahead and demonstrate now. You simply navigate to the Collaborate tab and then click Join Room. And then it'll take just a few moments for you to open up. And as you can see, I'm the only one in the room. That's because we're not currently taking a class. So that was just a quick demonstration about how to enter the Collaborate room in Blackboard. You might need to do that once before you join for your first session, just because it might ask you if you want to set up a web browser or download an app. That's happened before. Okay, for your convenience, I've posted the schedule of weeks for this term. We're starting on May 6th, and we will end on Friday, the 28th of June. So I'm looking forward to being with you for the next 2 months. I know it's a hectic time at the end of the school year, the beginning of summer vacation. I don't need to tell you that. You're students as well as practitioners, so we'll all just work together and be flexible. Okay, so please check the announcements page once a week. I do like to post reminders there. You can also find some information about the course. Here are the CAPES, the California Performance Expected Categories. You can review them on your own. I won't take the time to read them to you. But these all pertain, of course, to the program and to our course. Okay. So each week we have a web page, and if you've taken a Concordia course before, you'll understand. Each week I'll post an overview video. I normally have these all completed before the beginning of the course, but because I was a last-minute fill, those will be coming probably to you on a weekly basis. You can always find a summary of what you need to do in the gray box, and then if you scroll down, you'll find links to your readings, links to the discussion board, the optional Christian message, helpful reminders about your timeline for assignments, and then also information about the live virtual sessions, of which we will have 4. For some reason, my overview ended up at the bottom of the page instead of the top of the page, but to view the weekly overviews, just please click on the link. And there'll be one of those for each week, 1 through 8. Now, if you're new to Concordia, you may not have participated in the discussion board yet. Participation in the discussion board does count for your attendance, so it's very important that you do log in and participate on time, please. Our discussion board is where we have a lot of our discussions about topics for the class, and you can see that we have them listed here for weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So very important that you demonstrate your participation and your attendance by participating here. So you can see that if you click on the discussion and then click on the particular link, you'll see the directions, and just a reminder that you should post by Thursday of each week and then respond to at least 2 peers no later than Sunday. And when you respond to your peers, it should be with substance, more than just a 1-sentence or 2-sentence response. And also, if you're citing any information, please be sure to use APA format. The most common loss of points for discussion board is failing to cite a source. And you are expected to, because this is a graduate level course. Okay, let's go to the assignments. There are 5 assignments for this course, and you will participate in some of them through participation in a group and presentation, and some of them will be done individually. The first one is a current school site budget presentation, and to get the details about each assignment, you'll simply click, and that will come up for you. The second assignment will be to compare and contrast of local control funding formula and basic aid. Assignment number 4 will be an ASB accounting manual paper. And assignment 5 will be the mock budgeting plan, the signature assignment. Just a quick reminder that to participate in the live virtual class meetings, you'll click on Collaborate and then click on Join the Room. We will have 4 required live virtual class meetings that will be offered on Thursdays, and you will have a choice to participate either at the earlier session, which will be at 6, or the later session, which will be at 7:30. We'll ask you to sign up for one or the other. That way we have a balanced number of participants in each one. And then you'll be able to see a description of each one. I'll just click on the first week as an example. You'll see a list of topics for each week. Okay, so you'll participate in either the 6 o'clock or the 7:30. The 6 o'clock one tends to work well for folks who have small children who they need to get to bed at a certain time. The 7:30 session tends to work better for those folks who have a longer commute and would find it to be a bit of a rush to get home in time to participate at 6 o'clock. So that's why we offer 2, but you only need to participate in 1. Okay, now I have not assigned your groups yet. You will have a group presentation. I will assign the groups and you will be able to access them by clicking on the link. After the first week, when I verified our attendance roster, so there's nothing there. But after the first week, I will assign the groups randomly rather than having you set up your own groups. Please do not do that. But you will be able to access tools to collaborate with your group after the first week. And I'll set those up probably on Friday of week 1, just after our first live virtual meeting. You can click on the My Grades link if you want to monitor your progress in the course. This isn't going to say much now because the course hasn't started. And obviously I haven't entered any grades because you haven't submitted any. But if you want to monitor your progress in the class, you can simply click on the list. And you'll be able to see your score as well as comments that I make on your submissions. And finally, if you want to contact your classmates or me, you can use these tools here. You can send an email to all users or to all of the groups that will be listed in the course. The teaching assistants, they're really just professors in the program. You can certainly contact them that way, but that's simply just folks that are in our class and observing or shadowing. They're not really participating in the life of the course. If you want to email the student users, you can follow this link. All instructor users, that's really just me. And if you want to select particular users, you can click on this link and then select the ones that you want to email with. Okay, last part is that we have some resources. You can find out information about the program. I mostly teach in the curriculum and instruction program, but I understand that this is the administration strand. I have taught in it before. So I've mentioned I have experience both in the classroom and as a practicing administrator. But if you want to get more information about the program, you can do so by clicking here. Here's a link to the Capstone Handbook, information about the library and research trainings, and so forth. I already mentioned that I strongly recommend that you purchase the APA Writing Guide for 6th edition. However, Concordia provides a lot of really useful APA resources. For one, there's a writing template if you haven't used it already. You don't have to spend time formatting a document. Just copy the template and then do so by going to the file, making a copy, retitling it, and setting the share settings if needed. There's also some nice summary documents, APA basics for your particular program that you can access here. Purdue OWL is kind of the gold standard. It's from Purdue University. Excuse me. Almost every graduate student professional accesses this as a good resource. There's no need for us to create a new website when Purdue has a wonderful one. You are expected to use the APA citation formats and styling throughout the level of this course. So if you need some information or resources, you can click on that link. I'll come back when it's fully loaded. I really like this tool, Verbs of Attribution. Sometimes writing can get a little stale, and when you're trying to think of ways to reference a source, This is a handy dandy little cheat sheet. I've actually shared it with students from other programs and friends who are in graduate programs simply because I like it so much. Again, we're going to wait for that one to come up. We'll help it out by shutting down some other windows here. Okay, I'm wondering if maybe these links are not strong. I will go ahead and check those and just refer you to check on them throughout the length of this course. So rather than spending our introduction time waiting for them to load, I'll simply note that they're available there under APA resources. We have library resources tab. So you can get to the main library main page, the education research guide, and find some really helpful how-to videos on this link. And finally, I strongly encourage you to use the Writing Studio not only for this course, but throughout the duration of your program. My effort in grading your submissions will be on the content of your paper. It's very difficult for me to give you the best feedback possible when I'm having to give you feedback on your writing. So do plan ahead to utilize the Writing Studio. It is a service that is provided and included in your CUI tuition. And there are very skilled folks there who will review your writing with you and give you feedback so that when you submit your paper, you're likely to get the highest score possible. I really notice a difference on the assignments of students who utilize the Writing Studio. Well, okay, this is loading really quickly. There we go. You can make an appointment to do an in-person consultation, or you can do an email submission. This is probably the most popular one for students in your program. And then if you want to upload a paper, you can simply click on the link. Strongly encourage you to do so. There have been numerous times when I've been grading a paper and I've simply returned it to students saying, please use the Writing Center and resubmit. It does take some planning ahead. I understand that, especially at the busy time of year, it's hard to do anything ahead of a deadline, but I do find that it improves scores and overall makes your work better. So it's good practice for the capstone, and I strongly encourage it. Okay, so last but not least, I just wanted to close by reminding you that I'm available. I am a texter, so feel free if you'd like to send me a text at this phone number, 831-238-2768. Could you please identify yourself? Because quite often the number will come up and I will not recognize it. Just include your name and the fact that you're contacting me from the course. At least in the beginning, until I get to know everyone. I'm pretty quick with emails as well, so if you have a question that's really a quick question to which you need a quick answer, feel free to send a text or an email. During the day, I do work another job that I'm able to access both my texts and my emails, so that's usually the fastest and most efficient way to get a hold of me. If you want to talk by phone, I'm certainly happy to return your phone call. I'm available between 6 and 9:30 in the evenings for phone calls, and if you leave a message, I can certainly get back to you. But I really want to say that most students contact me either through email or by text, and that seems to be the most efficient. So feel free to contact me any way that you prefer. I'm looking forward to working with you. So that's the overview for this course. I'm looking forward to the next 8 weeks and all the information that we'll share and get to know together.